Hello. It's like noon. It should be lunchtime, but I woke up late and had to run an errand, so I haven't had the chance to do a whole lot today. But here we go, doing some stuff. I feel like I should expand a little bit on what I was saying earlier. Ugh. I'm gonna plank while I talk. Earlier yesterday about governments paying for things and whatnot, because I don't want to be misconstrued as like a socialist or a communist or any of that shit. Fucking, I'm not really a capitalist either. I think free market capitalism has led to corporations having far too much power. But I don't know. It just seems like our government says they don't have the money to do this, that, or the other, and then they send a shit ton of money to go do other stuff that's not in the interests of the American people. And with how many people are struggling nowadays, I feel like it shouldn't be odd to talk about, the transfer of wealth that's happened. I can't plank for forever while I'm talking, unfortunately. Ooh, fuck, almost fell. Fucking. Because the idea that we are supposed to just work harder is all well and good, but when we're not getting paid enough to afford anything, because corporations keep hiking prices while inflation keeps rising, it doesn't really matter how hard you work, You're not gonna catch up. It's by design. And I think too many people are attached to the notion that the government paying for your shit is just all socialist. Oh no, big government paying for my stuff. Ugh. But it's like they're already stealing half your fucking money. They might as well be paying for your shit with it. Or they could just not, if they're not gonna fucking help us with our rent payments, or honestly, I think that the government should be figuring out how to get more American homeowners, young homeowners, so that people are actually invested in keeping this country great. I need to put a pillow down or I'm gonna destroy my tailbone. But it's like if they're not gonna do that, they need to stop taxing us so much so that we can actually afford to do it ourselves. Like, for example, the whole Social Security shit. I don't want to pay into Social Security. They're just robbing me. They're not going to pay me as much as I've put in. Fucking. If they would just let me manage that money in like a Roth IRA or whatever, it would be much better for me in the long run than them forcing me to pay into Social Security so that they can pay me the equivalent of like $35,000 a year or whatever tiny amount it is. I just feel like the government is making things harder by design so that we are forced to accept less and less and less. And I think it's a noticeable trend. I think that the idea that asking for help in this situation is wrong is kind of backwards, because, like I said, it's by design. They are doing this on purpose to make us struggle. So the idea that people are coming around and being like, well, maybe this shouldn't be this hard, I feel like it's not talked about enough. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm just saying it's not talked about enough. There's solutions to this. I don't know what the best one is. I personally, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think The absolute best solution is the government pays your rent. I think the absolute best solution is the government gives you a plot of land and fucks off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. Because, like, again, I'm not against hard work. If I thought that I could work hard and afford a house, I would do it. But the only reason I even have this trailer is because my grandpa died and left me money. I wouldn't have been able to afford to move out of my parents' house for a long time without that. I don't even know when. Like, I could have saved money, but like, when I moved out, I was only making like fucking $11 an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I was barely able to afford my rent for this place and my food, my bills, and whatnot. I don't know how I would have ever been able to afford that if I hadn't gotten an inheritance. And even then, my parents still had to help me quite a bit. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's not that I would be averse to working hard for something. It's just that I don't think in today's, I hesitate to say economy because it's more than just the economy. In today's world, I don't think it's quite as viable to work hard and secure yourself a future, because they are specifically engineering it to make that harder. You know, I've yoinked myself up by the bootstraps a few different times and just been knuckle down, let's do it, let's get it done. Here's the goal, let's work towards it. But it seems like nowadays, the more you work, the farther away your goal gets. Because by the time you've saved up the money for the thing, it's gotten twice as expensive. It's ridiculous. But that is where we is. That's the world we live in. Because too many people are too comfortable to do anything about it. So, until something big changes, we're just going to have to do our best, I guess. But I feel like that change is coming soon. Because more and more people are like me. They're aware of this shit. They know it's rigged. Everybody knows the game's rigged now. That's why fucking Rich Men North of Richmond was the most popular song on Spotify for a little while. So, we'll see what's coming. Hope you're fit enough for it. When it does come, like I said, better be able to carry your rucksack for 10 miles a day. That's what I'm working towards, so. Updates later. That's it for now. Bye-bye!